Welcome to my cooking show. My name is Rosana Bracho and I share recipes that are super easy and super healthy. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, the subscribe button is right there. What are you waiting for? Today we are going to be making a garbanzo bowl and it's gonna be delicious. I am obsessed. One of the reasons why I'm so obsessed with garbanzo bowls is because of how practical they are. Like whenever you're making an animal protein, you need to plan ahead, right? Like you need to take it out of the fridge and you have to wait for it to unfreeze, and that can take up to several hours. The thing I love about garbanzos is that all I need is to have a can of garbanzos, which is like $1 or less, in my pantry, and that's it. All I need after that is just a little creativity to mix a few ingredients and have a great bowl. Today I'm gonna be sharing specifically the combination that I've been more obsessed with for the past few weeks. I would say it's like an Asian fusion combination. No more talk, let's move on to the ingredients. These are things that you should always have in your pantry because they can turn any boring meal into the most exciting, delicious, and healthy meal. We're obviously gonna be using a can of garbanzo balls. This is good for 2 portions, either 2 people, or you can save it for the next day. For the base, I'm gonna be using the baby arugula and baby spinach mix. Use whatever greens that you have at home, though I do want to say that arugula is definitely my favorite because it is so tasty. I'm gonna be adding a carrot and avocado, pickled onions, which I'm gonna link a video right here. It's a super short, like 15-second video on how to make your own pickled onions. This is the best. Like, don't leave the pickled onions out. I'm gonna be adding some quinoa. This is optional whether you're trying to add more carbs to your bowl or not. For the purpose of this recipe, I'm gonna add it. And the dressing, we are gonna be using Toasted Sesame Oil, Rice Vinegar, and Aminos. Of course, you can also use some soy sauce, but for the purpose of this healthy recipe, I'm gonna be using the Aminos. We are also gonna be prepping the garbanzo bowls, and for that, I'm gonna be using a little bit of olive oil and salt. You can use whatever oil you prefer. So I'm gonna start out cooking the quinoa. This is just a 1/4 cup of quinoa and a 1/2 cup of water. Just put your pan to medium-high heat, add the quinoa, then add the water right there and wait for the water to evaporate. That's it. And you also want to, oh my god, that pan looks like crap. Okay. You also want to preheat a pan so we can prep the garbanzo beans. So the secret to make this garbanzo bowl and any garbanzo bowl the best ever is to saute the garbanzos before. Throw some olive oil in there. Okay, sorry, I was draining the garbanzos. So make sure that you drain your can of garbanzos first, and then just throw them in there. No garbanzos get left behind. Sprinkle some salt. Now we just leave the garbanzos in there for approximately 3 minutes until the skin, you're gonna see the skin starts like opening, and that's how we know that they're ready. And while we're waiting for the quinoa and the garbanzos to cool down, I'm going to teach you how to make the dressing. So normally I just pour everything directly on the bowl, but for the purpose of this video, I actually figure out the proportion for this. So I do 1 tablespoon of the toasted sesame seed oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce or aminos, and 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. And you can actually tell that I like it a lot because I only have a little bit left. Integrate everything pretty well. Perfect. So for the carrot, I used the same veggie peeler that I used to peel the skin from the outside. Just use that to, I don't even know how to call this, like just shredded carrot. Don't make a mess like me. Oops. Okay, now let's put everything together. I do warn you, it's the first time that I attempt to make a pretty bowl. Like normally I just throw everything in there, but for the video I'm gonna try to make it pretty, but don't judge me, okay? I'm gonna try my best for sure. So I'm gonna start out by adding the greens. I put a 1/4 cup of quinoa here. I'm gonna put this in one corner. Then the garbanzos, this is a little less than 1 cup, and I'm gonna put this in the other corner, kind of under the greens, so they don't take a lot of space. And we're gonna add a pop of color with the carrots. And of course, the pickled onions are also going to add a lot of color to this. And I love this so much, so I just put a ton of pickled onions. Our avocado, of course, remove the seed. And this is how I cut it. Sprinkle some salt. And we just top everything with the avocado. Yummy. And gonna put it in the middle. And I didn't mention this on the ingredients. It's not a deal breaker if you don't have it, but I think it's a great garnish to put some sesame seeds on top, and just makes everything like integrate together. Okay, I think it turned out pretty good actually. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below if you think that this is a pretty bowl, or if you for sure can make one that's prettier. So of course, now we are going to add the dressing and try this out. I don't need to try it out. I already know it's gonna be great because I have this all the time for dinner. Of course, it's not cute to eat salad on camera. It's so good. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe.